I am among those, one of those who think that the sanctions should be abolished. We have a lot of other problems, and we cannot afford to suffer because of these artificially created problems. And the strongest should give us the hand, because the strongest player now is Russia, represented by President Putin. I have very good recollections how we coped with the Georgian problems. We managed to do it in 4 days, time limit. And now the problem, I mean Ukraine, Syria, these problems are being dragged for more than 18 months.
If we separate, Russia and Europe, we will be crossed out from the map of history. There are very high risks that we will not exist anymore, be that politically, diplomatically, or economically.
I'm going to meet Mr. Juncker in the near future, and I'm going to tell him that we should be very cautious about the decision to extend the sanctions. This is a diplomatic Cold War, and what would be the result of it? We don't need it. We speak less and less, and we're immersed in this crisis. So I suggested or proposed to President Putin to lift the sanctions, and in exchange we would implement the Minsk II decisions, because the sanctions are blocking the solutions. That's why we need to lift them. That's the first step to improve our relations. And I wish Mr. Putin listened to me, and if he lifted the sanctions unilaterally, then we would follow this movement, because we have so many economic problems in Europe. And we will make Ukrainian government implement the Minsk II agreements. If the Russian language would be eliminated as the official language in Ukraine, I think it would be a very grave mistake of the Ukrainian government, because 30–40% they speak Russian, and you are neighbors, you are a family, you'll always stay together. So this situation should be deblocked, and sanctions should be lifted.
If we put the population of Europe and Russia together, that's 650 million people, and that is less than 10% of the population of the planet. Well, can we afford fighting each other? We have common roots. We share writers, music. We share feelings and values. We belong to one and the same civilization. We have one identity.